Let's explore the real magic of automations. If you've just started using Apple Home, you've probably seen something called automations. But what exactly are they? In simple terms, an automation is just a rule that tells your smart home to do something automatically, without you needing to open an app, press a button, or ask Siri. For example, imagine you walk into your hallway at night. Instead of reaching for a light switch, a motion sensor detects movement and turns the lights on automatically. Then once nobody is there anymore, the light switches back off. That's an automation. Another example could be your outdoor lights turning on at sunset every evening, then switching off again later at night. Or maybe when the last person leaves the house, all of the lights turn off, the doors lock, and the alarm is armed automatically. The goal is to make your home work for you. A lot of people start with smart bulbs and think smart homes are all about controlling lights from your phone, but the real magic happens when you stop controlling things manually and let your home make decisions on its own. In Apple Home, automations can be triggered by lots of different things: a specific time of day, location-based actions, or a motion sensor detecting movement. You can also combine multiple conditions together. For example, you might only want a hallway light to turn on if motion is detected after sunset. During the day, the exact same motion sensor does nothing because there is already enough natural light. That's what makes automations so powerful. They're not just about turning devices on and off, they're about making your home react to what's happening around it. In my house, some of the most useful automations are actually the simplest ones. None of these save me hours every day, but together they remove lots of little tasks that I no longer have to think about. And that's really what a smart home should be: a home that quietly does things for you in the background. I want to show you some of the automations I actually use in my own home. These aren't complicated automations designed to impress people on the internet. They're simple automations that genuinely make life easier every day. Let's break them down into a few different categories. In my house, I have motion sensors in several locations, including the hallways, outside the front of the house, and around the garden. When motion is detected in the hallways, the lights turn on automatically. That means no reaching for light switches, especially at night. The same idea applies outside. To set up a motion sensor automation, you simply go into the automation tab on the Home app, click the plus in the top right corner, and select Add Automation. You want to choose a sensor detects something, so when your motion sensor detects motion, it will control a device. Choose your motion sensor, and for this example, I will use the IKEA MIG spray motion sensor in my downstairs toilet, which is classed as an occupancy sensor. Next, I will choose if I want the automation to run when the sensor detects occupancy or when it stops detecting occupancy. In this case, I want it to run when motion is detected. For the time, I want it to only run at a specific time, which will be 11 PM at night to 5 AM the next day. And the reason I want the specific time will make sense in the next section. So I want the light to turn on when motion is detected in the specific time frame I have given the automation, but I want it to only turn on at 20% brightness. Reason being is if I'm downstairs getting a bottle of milk for the kids and I need to use the toilet, I don't want to be blinded by the light at 100%. I can then set the lights to turn off after 3 minutes, which is enough time to do my business and get out of there. To confirm this automation, you simply need to press the tick in the top right corner, and there you have it. That automation will now run between 11 PM and 5 AM. Some automations don't need sensors at all. They simply run at a specific time. For example, every evening my robot vacuum has a scheduled cleaning time. I don't need to remember to start it, the automation handles it for me. But one of the automations I have set for this uses a shortcut, and this is where things can get complicated. So if we go into my robot vac if automation, you can see this automation will run daily at 8:30 p.m. and it will do what the shortcut says, which is if the living room sensor and hallway occupancy sensor detect no motion, then set the robot to vacuum and mop. Otherwise, this is the main part. If motion is detected at 8:30 p.m, wait 300 seconds or 5 minutes and check for motion again. If no motion is detected, then set the robot vac to vacuum and mop. This automation is useful as we will typically all be upstairs putting the kids to sleep or getting ready for bed ourselves, like showering, etc. So the robot vac can do its bits before we come down to chill on the sofa and not have it going around whilst I'm trying to watch football in the evening. It is slightly complicated, but when you start to use shortcuts for automations, it definitely allows you to do more things. Other time-based automations I have include locking the front door every night at 9 p.m, something that can be easily forgotten at night. Now I don't need to think about it. One of the biggest advantages of a smart home is that it knows when nobody is home. In my setup, when the last person leaves the house, multiple automations run automatically. Lights that have been left on are switched off. Devices that don't need to stay on can be turned off. Security devices can be armed, and the house essentially puts itself into away mode. It's one of those automations you barely notice until the day you come home and realise you didn't have to think about any of it. I have one leaving home automation that turns off all of my lights and pauses any media playing on my HomePods, and another that arms my security system to away when the last person leaves the house. Unfortunately, Apple prevents location-based automations involving secure devices such as locks and alarms from running, which you can see in this automation. However, there is a workaround involving a smart plug that acts as a dummy switch. In my home, I have created an automation to turn on the smart plug whenever the last person leaves the house, and off the back of this, I have created an automation that sets my security system to armed and locks the front door once the smart plug is turned on. I've reversed this to work when the first person arrives home as well, so when the smart plug turns off, the alarm system will go off. And that's it for automations. Hopefully this video has given you a better understanding of what Apple Home automations are and how they can make your smart home feel a little bit smarter. The great thing about automations is that they don't have to be complicated. Sometimes the most useful automations are the simplest ones, whether that's turning on a light when motion is detected or automatically switching devices off when you leave the house. If you're just getting started, I'd recommend creating 1 or 2 simple automations first and then building from there as you become more comfortable with the Home app. If you found this video useful, consider liking, commenting and subscribing to the channel, as I'll be covering more Apple Home, smart home and home automation content in future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.